Welcome to my channel, Shine Star Collections, and today I'm actually finally doing what I said I was going to do sometime last year. Well, I filmed it and it didn't turn out right, but I have part of my other big collection besides ATEEZ, non-K-pop, and this is my part of my Duran Duran collection. I can't show everything because there is so much stuff that I have. So before I started collecting K-pop, I was very into collecting a lot of Duran Duran's older things. Duran Duran, if you don't know, has been around since 1978. And at that time, I was very, very young. I was a kid. But I didn't start, I always bought their albums and, cassettes and everything. Yes, I am dating myself. I bought cassettes. But when I got older, when they started getting older, I started collecting a lot of their photo books, and calendars, and I spent a small fortune on a lot of their things that I missed out on when I was a kid and couldn't afford to buy anything. So, so here is, trying to make sure this is all in frame. Some of the photo books. I keep them in this binder because it keeps them from, because I have them in a storage container. So it's really the only place that I can kind of keep them without them getting ruined. And I keep them in plastic. So I have, this is actually a later one, but some of those are like they're in their heyday in the early 80s. But this is a magazine that they were on the cover of. This one here. And then this one too, is they had kind of a resurgence in, what was that, 2010, 2011, somewhere in there. They had kind of a resurgence, so they started appearing on a lot of books. Here's my guy. So this was my main bias before Sungwon. This is John Taylor, and this was his girlfriend at that time. You'll never see that in K-pop probably. That they took a picture together for this magazine called ATEEZ magazine. You see how old that is, 1985. I actually went back and bought this magazine. I had an original copy and it got ruined, so I went back and bought this magazine on eBay. So this one's in pretty good shape, so I keep it in here. I don't even like pull it out because I'm sure the pages are probably yellow. Here's a couple of books here. So they used to do like little books that really didn't tell you a whole lot. Even though it says everything you want to know about them, it wasn't everything, because Duran Duran was part of that era of music where decadence was a thing, meaning drugs and alcohol and, getting into fast things. So it wasn't everything. It was everything they wanted you to see. Let's put it that way. Here's another one. Duran Duran was kind of like what you would call, and you probably heard me talk about this sometimes when comparing Duran Duran with ATEEZ. Duran Duran was kind of, they weren't exactly, they were a trendsetter and they were pioneers at that time. They were part of a music movement called the New Romantics. So like kind of like what you saw Hanjun wear from the designer Paul Allen. He dressed David Bowie. Duran Duran was around when David Bowie was alive. They were David Bowie was their hero, so it's somebody they looked up to. and that whole era of like suits and bright colors and slick back hair is part of Duran Duran's era slash David Bowie. So in the 80s, that was the thing. Here's their other one. This was like when they had, that was their first resurgence before that other one. So this is with all the five of them. There are actually five members and not four. A lot of the later things you see, one of the members is not there. It's this guy, Andy. Andy kind of like drifted off a couple of times. And he permanently left the group about, was it 4 years ago? And Andy's actually battling cancer, unfortunately. So thankfully, they still get along after all these years. So they've been around for over 4 decades. So yeah, so this is like all my photo books and magazines that I have. I have records and everything too. But my photo books are my pride and joy for my Duran Duran collections. A lot of things I searched for and bought and found. Sending away to as far as probably Europe. I don't think I sent any further than that, like I do for ATEEZ. But a lot of these things I found much later. But you'll see a couple of things that I did buy in the moment because, as I got older, I was able to buy things. My mom bought what she wanted to buy me. She gave me a little money and everything, but I couldn't buy everything. Duran Duran did have a lot of stuff coming out. Not as much as ATEEZ, but they had a lot of books and everything coming out as they were, they're kind of like the handsome guys, and everybody wanted something with, their pictures and photos. So they're one of the visuals of the 80s, visual groups of the 80s, rather. So these are like old, a poster in there. Let's see what that poster says. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So there, I don't know if you probably can't see. And I'm right by the camera. You can kind of see it. So that's a poster. It's actually in really good shape. But this is from like 1983. So this is like, what is that, 42 years old? Woo! Yeah. So yeah, so that is like the binder full of all of my things. I have more photo books in here, but like these were some of the main ones, like some of these magazines and stuff. Let's see how yellow this pages is. Let's see. Because this one says March of 84. Oh, it's actually not too bad. I mean, yes, it's yellow, but it's not too bad. But it's very fragile. Like, I can feel like it's matte. I can feel like it's very, very fragile. Like, the paper is very thin. So that was... These were the teen magazines we used to look at. We see Michael Jackson there. This was in his heyday too. So that's what they were called, the Fab Five at that time. So yeah. So that is this is a big part of my collection, like I said. I just went back and I don't know. I think that was the early 90s that I went back and like tried to find everything I could that was decently priced. Then I was able to spend, well, kind of like now. But was able to spend because I didn't have rent to pay and bills, and so I made it my mission at that time. I had a decent job at that time, so I was able to go back and also this is pre-children also, by the way. Um, I was able to go back and and collect stuff. So that's what I did. So yeah. All right. So let's go through a couple of more things. Like I said, I'm not going to go through everything. I just pulled a few things out. Ugh. So you can see what I used to do pre-K-pop. So here's something else. So this is like a concert photo book. This is an original. This is 1987. 1987. I went to see, this was actually my first Duran Duran concert in 87. My mom, God rest, did not want me to go to a lot of concerts because she thought I was too young. So I really didn't see Duran Duran in their first heyday, which would have been 83, 84. They actually played the same place that ATEEZ played at, which is Rosemont or Allstate. It used to be called Rosemont Horizon. And that's where Duran Duran played back in like 83, 84. So, but for this concert, Duran Duran lost two members, so it was only three at this time. And, this was kind of a turbulent time because they got into, they got married and all this. And actually back then, if you can believe it, people were also jealous about Duran Duran getting married. So let's see. Around that time, I think Simon and Nick were married. John didn't get married until like 94, 95 or something. So, but this is like the concert photo book that we bought when we went to the concert. There was no VIP or anything like that. We just went to see the concert. It was a place called, I think that place is still around, called Poplar Creek. It's an outside venue. And at this time, if you can believe it, back then, photo books were, they weren't $50 or $60 like they are for K-pop. This, I think, was like $30, I think. So at this time, this was when they had put out, the three of them had put out an album called Notorious. So after they put out Notorious, they toured. It's called the Strange Behavior Tour. And it was the three of them. That's a little fold out. Just like them practicing. So, yeah. The backup players. I don't know if you can see. You probably can see that guy. That guy here, he used to sing with Luther Vandross. If you remember Luther Vandross, who's an R&B singer from years and years ago that some of the K-popers know about, actually. Luther Vandross was also David Bowie's backup singer. This guy, Curtis King Jr., was my cousin's cousin. My cousin far removed. And he went on tour with Duran Duran for a couple of years. But I never met Duran Duran. So, well, I met them later, separately. And I'll get to that in a second. Let's see. Yep, this is my pre-K-pop fangirl thing. I still love these guys. I still keep up with them and see what they're doing. They're all in their 60s now. So, they're still touring, actually. Four of them. And I still keep up with them. So this was their world tour. Every place they went. So they probably went to some of the same places that our K-poppers are going to now. So yeah, there you go. So that's the tour photo book. I actually have said before that I wish that, you know, the K-pop groups would do tour photo books, because I think that would be cool. Just to go back and see, you know, show off some of their, yeah, I'm giving KQ ideas. I shouldn't be doing that. Here's something else I wanted to show. So I did buy this secondhand. This is a calendar. You're probably not going to see the bottom because it's big. But this is a calendar. They used to do a calendar every year. This is from '84. So they used to do calendars every year. I think they still do calendars. I'm not sure. But they came from the fan club. I did not buy this in '84 because I bought this secondhand in the '90s when I was looking for things. The fan club back then was, you know, this was pre-computers and things. So the fan club was actually something you wrote into, and I did write into it, but I never got anything. So this was one of the things that you were able to buy when you were part of the fan club. And even though I was part of it, it was like, I think it was like tiered or something, and it was kind of expensive back then. And since I was only, at that time, in my early teens, you know, I couldn't do that. So when I got older, I went back and found a couple of their calendars. Whoops. Where was I? Oh, I was in April. April is my guy's birthday. This is Roger. So this is my Yosan Duran Duran bias. This is Roger. Roger was my second bias in the group. Or is, excuse me. Nick. They didn't really copy, because I just thought about that. They could have put Nick as June, because Nick's birthday and John's birthday is in June. They put him in July. That's weird. Okay. And they had flip over big wall calendars. So kind of like what ATEEZ does for their season's greetings. They had a massive calendar that you would put on a wall. Like it says, a wall calendar. Official calendar. It's a wall calendar. There you go. I think I skipped a page. No, I saw a page. Okay. So yeah, so there is the official calendar. There's one of them. I think I have one more in here, but it's probably buried. As I was trying to find. Oh yeah, I do have one. I see it. It's on top. Oh, actually I have two more. I won't bother to go through them, but here's... There we go. So I did go back and find a couple of more. And I think I have one more in there somewhere. But yeah, so there's more official calendars. Like I said, you had to be part of the fan club and stuff to buy these. And since I wasn't in the right tier, I didn't buy them in the moment. But I bought them later. So I mentioned that later I got a chance to meet a couple of members of Duran Duran. So... there's my main guy. So that's John Taylor, as you can see, John Taylor. So he wrote a book, an autobiography, in, oh gosh, what year is that? 2000, 2009, 2010, somewhere in there. So John's been through the ringer with like drugs and alcoholism and all that. So he's a recovering drug addict, alcoholic. So he did write a book about his decadent adventures. And he did a signing at a place here in Chicago called City Winery. And I got to meet him. So, of course, I went to see him. Yo sign is there because I put the post-it over my legal name. So, but there's his signature, so I did get a chance to meet him. There is a short video of me meeting him, but I will not show it to you. I know it's somewhere. I don't know where it is. I'm not gonna worry about it. But yeah, like this was like the highlight of my one of the highlights of my life, to meet the guy who I was crazy about from my younger years. So this is his whole biography. I've read it a couple of times. And but it was just so cool meeting him. He was really nice and he was very gracious and everything. And I don't think we paid that much to meet him. So it wasn't like a send-off or anything like that. We didn't pay a whole lot because it was just him by himself. So we didn't really, pay a lot to meet him, but it was really cool to get his autograph and everything on this. Let's see. I did meet, and I'm trying to find something else to show. I did meet a couple of more members later on. Maybe I'll find a picture of me meeting Roger. Roger was my second bias, like I said earlier. And I met him at a bar. Believe it or not, I met him at a bar in, oh gosh, that was like, that was one we went to go see them in 2014 or 15, I think. I'll put the exact year up there, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But I met Roger at a bar. We were just hanging out, and we found out that they were staying there. No, we didn't stalk them, but there was some friends of a friend that knew that they would be hanging out at a bar. So we did go to the bar, and at that time, it was the four of them, but John and Nick were not at the bar. It was just Simon and Roger. So I did meet Simon. Simon was drunk that day. That's all I'll say. Okay. Here's a couple of video tapes at that time. What is this? This like this is the concert CD. So this is like, these are both concert CDs. That's what these are. So this is from Astronaut era. So that was their first resurgence of 2004, when all the five of them got back together. And this is from their original, the first time that they started touring, and really getting popular was around 81, 82. So, I think, well, I got Andy's over here, so I'll show Andy's. I've never met Andy, but I do have Andy's biography too. Andy was, or is, a solo artist now. Like I said, unfortunately, he's battling cancer right now. But, recently, when Duran Duran was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2000, was it 2022? 2023. Yeah, 2023, I think, was when they were inducted to the Hall of Fame. um, that's when they actually, the guys, the four of them told us that Andy was battling cancer. And Simon actually paid for his treatment out of his pocket. So, despite all of the, you know, what they went through with Andy leaving the group twice and all that, just thought that was really cool of Simon to do that. Simon's, he's actually the face of the group because the rest of them kind of keep to themselves. And but Simon appears everywhere. Usually, he's just sometimes on talk shows or on radio shows, and so he does some charity work and everything. And one of the things he did was try to make sure Andy was taken care of. So Andy's on some kind of new treatment for cancer, and he's doing okay for the moment. But I've been kind of worried about him because I think they were say he was really sick lately. So send some good vibes his way. I have to add this clip in here. I also wanted to show this as I was going through the case. I got a signed album from Duran Duran. So this was their, this is when I did VIP. And I could put the year in there, but I just can't remember at the moment. But it's a signed CD from them. Here's all their signatures, all four signatures. And I was able to get VIP. It was like a lottery that you had to join to meet them. So we paid like $200 to go to the House of Blues. And if you were picked in the lottery, you got a chance to go to the meet and greet, but we didn't get in. So, but we still got the signed CD. Kind of sounds like something K-pop would do, but yes, that's my signed CD from them. But anyway, I think that's it. I have a lot more stuff, but I don't think it's necessary to really go through everything. Plus, I need to watch my camera. So I'm just going to end it with those things there. If you like this video, thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions about anything that you might have about Duran Duran or just my collection of things, you can leave it in the comments below. Don't forget, I still have a contest going on. So please, join the contest and try to win a CD for my collection, an album for my collection. Or if you're subscribed, you can win my mystery bag. So make sure you enter the contest. But anyway, I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for joining me. Like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.